Before I start, I want to thank the organizing committee of the Second International Multidisciplinary Conference on Current Research Trend 2021. Thank you for organizing this event to showcase the researchers their knowledge and share their impactful findings through their research outputs. I am an instructor, and as part of the academe, I wanted to help the community to prosper through educating young minds and to mold them holistically. Learning from the four corners of the classroom can mean so much. It can have a domino effect. As they say, a small act can help the communities to grow through young minds. I have witnessed the shortcomings of the country during this time of pandemic, particularly the educational sector. With this, I proposed a study which I believe would make a great impact to the community once it is being utilized. For that, allow me to introduce a short bio note. I am Arpee from the University of Northern Philippines in the heritage city of Vigan and graduated at Abra State Institute of Science and Technology for my baccalaureate degree, my master's at Callejo-Arruejo in Dagupan, Pangasinan, and my DIT degree at St. Paul University, Philippines. The research focused mainly on the design, development, and evaluation of a mechanism for document management with descriptive analytics through data visualization techniques, such as dashboard that would help in the decision making of the higher education institutions administration. The researchers designed the system with an analytical model transformed into codes and MySql as backend framework for student organizations key performance indicators to analyze its real-time status of the student organizations that document submission and activities. A rapid application development for the methods served as the basis for the design, development, and evaluation of the system. The system addresses data and document management, repository, announcement, communication, dissemination to students, decision support with the integration of dashboard for descriptive analytics, and dashboard provides ease of viewing key performance indicators to the system and users. The system was evaluated and obtained an overall weighted mean of 4.423 with a very great extent description or rating, and this evaluation shows that the system is ready for deployment and implementation. The automation of operations and analysis of documents will ease operations, optimize resources, and aid a timely decision-making process. For my presentation, it will follow this outline: the background of the study, the statement of the problem, the methods, results, conclusion, and recommendation. The world and the entire nation seek online distance learning innovations to address the present time's challenge, which is the COVID-19 pandemic. This made the decrease of economic status of the country and added to the problem along poverty. It was supported by a study that during this time it requires universities to adopt platforms to cope up with the new normal expressly to distance education. Higher education institutions give full support to student holistic development through student-initiated activities, which can help the communities, trusts, and programs of the government. One reason also is poverty among communities. Almost all Filipinos are considered poor, and it is so hard to accept the fact that innocent children are the ones who are affected too much. At their very young age, they are taught how to earn a living just for their own selves and for their family as well. At their very young age, they are already prone to accidents or diseases which can kill them and their future. no play, no childhood, no education, and no progression. I remember my elementary to college days. It was so tough and difficult. At times, I won't go to my school because of the muddy paths I have to pass through during weekdays going to school. Life during those days is really tough. It was very sad that till now our community haven't progressed a lot from years I was studying as a little kid. That's the reason why the researchers have come up with a study that would help the higher education and institutions to promote community building through activities of student organizations. I believe that this study can empower young Filipinos to be contributive of community development. With this, the researchers came up with the statement of the problem. First, propose a system that will solve the existing problems. Secondly, integrate descriptive analytics to support decision making. And lastly, we have to evaluate the acceptability of the developed system. The researchers adopted a descriptive developmental type of research. The researchers use this research type because it suits the study and an interview guide to collect data. According to a study from Benito 2020, the research and development method is a suitable methodology, and it combines the primary and applied research. The study also utilized the methods of similar studies, which serve as a guide in the realization of the output of the study, since these studies are also along software development or web application, just like the research study. The rapid application development was also used for the software development, and the RAD has the stages of requirements planning, user design, construction, and cutover, which will be explained in the next slides. For the requirements planning, the first stage of the rapid application development, the researchers underwent the process of the Arpee. The researchers immediately identified the requirements of the stakeholders. There are three actors of the system: the student organizations that provided their activities input; secondly, the office assistants or the system's end users in the student's affairs office; and lastly is the head of the office, which comprises the student affairs officer and the vice president of the student and external affairs, who also gave inputs in the operations approval. It is shown in the use case of the study. The second stage of the rapid application development is the user design. It is in this phase that the researchers design the interfaces of the identified activities of the office that needed automation, and this include the generation of reports needed for the head of the office for the status report of operations, points of or points report in every area of concerns such as instruction, research, extension, production, and creativity. With this data, the system can be integrated with different information regarding student activities. A system architecture and a use case diagram were created and built by the researchers for the logical overview of data of users' activities for the system or software development. Another phase of the rapid application development is the construction. The researchers converted the models designed, such as the graphical user interface prototypes, database design, and stakeholders' requirements. During the final iteration of development, the researchers also updated the documentation, performed user acceptance testing to ensure that it is the system performed realistic data input, and defined the steps necessary for the development and implementation. The user's design the system with the following tools: the Code Igniter PHP framework, it served as the scripting language of the system's development, particularly the Code Igniter framework. It helped the researchers to develop a dynamic web-based system rapidly. Next one is the hypertext markup language. The researchers utilize HTML for links, for pans, and images to allow the end users to read the system's pages. Another is the cascading style sheet. The researchers use it for presenting the web-based system for describing presentation of a document written in a markup language like HTML. And lastly, we have for the backend framework of the database system, we have the MySql, or it is for the database of the system, and the relational and the multi-user database management system is used in the study or in the software development for web-based system database. Another is the cutover. In this phase, the system users tested and evaluated the system for implementation from the top level to the lowest management level of the student organizations administration. The VPSEA, the SDP director, and the users of the system had used the system tasks and evaluated the system for acceptance testing. We are going now to the discussion of the results of the study. The researchers developed the system to provide effective and efficient management for student organization for the University of Northern Philippines, a higher education institution in the Philippines. It also serves as a way for electronic information dissemination to the student representatives, who are the president and secretaries of the different mandated and accredited organizations. The system is a repository of all the operational plans, financial statements, action plans, constitutions, and bylaws, and it shall also serve as mechanism for factual-based information for decision-making. To be particular, the system has the following features: decision support with descriptive analytics, security mechanism, audit trail, news, announcement, and report generation. As the inventor of this software application, let me quote that the software application adaptive decision support system provides real-time, accurate, and optimized management. The second statement of the problem is descriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics provides decision support mechanism part of the system. This part of the system shows the key performance indicators, which are the instruction, research, extension, production, and creativity. Dashboard for the monitoring with percentage of activity submission of student organizations, and for graphical user interfaces, which is incorporated in the system, help the office for decision making for the pointing system. It shall also serve for advising of student organizations. This feature monitors the overall status of activities of all the organizations. It also helps the admin user automatically check the status in real time with a dynamic graph embedded in the system. In this feature, the researchers integrated the descriptive analytical formula into codes, which is the sum of activities multiplied into the percentage of each with the 5 indicators. The third result is the system acceptability. Based on the test results of each criterion, like the acceptability, the reliability, performance, maintainability, security provided by the participants of the study. The system garnered the average weighted means of 4.43 with a descriptive rating of very great extent. So the system is proven, and therefore it indicates the system readiness or the system's readiness for deployment and implementation in the University of Northern Philippines. For the conclusion and recommendation, the developed system, a DSS, provides decision support with dashboards to see real-time monitoring and evaluation of different organizations' activities, security mechanism, audit trail to monitor the people who log in and see the user activities in the system, news, announcement, and report generation, where the admin can quickly generate a report regarding the evaluation of every organization. The system also garnered 4.43 with a descriptive rating of very great extent. This shows that the system is proven. Therefore, for the recommendation, the researchers recommended that the system or the developed system is for utilization and for deployment. Future researchers can also improve this study by enhancing the decision support features with higher analytical processing for the Office of Student Affairs decision-making process. Please allow me to thank the people behind this opportunity, to the UNP President, Dr. Erwin F. Cadorna, the University Research Director, Dr. Edeline Cadorna, and the organizing committee of this prestigious event, second virtual international multidisciplinary conference on current research trends. Without you, I wouldn't have here sharing my knowledge today with the world. As part of the academic community and a researcher, I wanted to help the community prosper through educating young minds. This research software product developed is a useful innovation which helps a student to conduct more activities along extension and community building. Let me pose a question to the world that if we don't act today, what will gonna happen tomorrow? If we won't act for our community today, who will help them to prosper and grow? If we won't mold our children holistically, who will serve the country in the future? Let us help one another through our small ways for a better future, so that smiles of our children of tomorrow can be painted with hopes in their faces. Let us act now. Thank you. Second International Multidisciplinary Conference on Current Research Trends 2021, and to God be the glory.